Hey guys, welcome to my humble abode. I am going to be making something really yummy today because guess what has happened? Yes, we didn't eat all the bananas again. I don't know that we ever eat all the bananas, but anywho, their loss is my gain. We are going to have banana nut bread, and this recipe is a little bit different than normal. I'm going to get me a bowl real quick. Hold on just a second. This recipe uses brown sugar instead of white granulated sugar. And I've been told that brown sugar will make things a little more moist, so banana breads kind of tend to get dry, and maybe that's why, I don't know. But anywho, that's what we're gonna do. And I am going to save all of these banana peels. I put them in my compost bin that I keep in my kitchen. This, then once I get it full with my kitchen scraps, it goes outside and into my garden. Not in a compost pile, but directly into my garden. So, right now what I'm doing is just peeling these bananas so that I can get them smushed up. And then I'll go over all the ingredients with you in just a second. Let's see here. They get to this point and they're just not good to just sit down and have a banana. And I like my bananas with peanut butter on them, or to get, if I have a sweet tooth anyway, but if I'm trying to be good, I will get a banana and I always keep some of the squirt whipped cream and just squirt it on the end of the banana and eat it like that, just for, it's a healthy snack. I get the kind that doesn't have any sugar in it, the whipped cream, it's the Walmart brand, but it helps, every little bit helps. Anywho, okay, so I'm gonna smush these up in just a little bit, put them out of the way, and wash my hands. They are yucky. One thing I do not like is sticky hands. Sticky hands are yucky. So anyway, I have my mixing bowl here. We are going to need, and this is super, super easy. This is one of those, you don't have to put your butter or your shortening in it and get that going and then add your sugars and then your eggs and all that. No, this is so easy. You just throw everything in here at one time and mix it. So simple. I love it when they're that easy. So the first thing that we need is 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour. That is just regular, plain flour. So I keep mine in a little bin like this. It's nice and vacuum packed. And a label, of course. I love to keep everything labeled. So, 2.5 cups of flour. See if I even have enough in here. I may have to go open another bag, but we'll see. There's 2, and then we'll do the half. Right there. Easy peasy. And I know I probably should not have worn black when I'm going to be working with flour. It's going to be all over me, but oh well. Alrighty, let's see how much of this we need. We need 1/2 cup of packed brown sugar. So I have my 1/2 cup right here. And here's my brown sugar. Get it in there, and you want to pack it down in there tight. may have been late to the party, but this little gadget is so neat. I got mine, my original one from Pampered Chef a couple of years ago, but then I found this that matches all of my others that I get on Amazon, and if y'all want, I will post my link to all of my keepers, because they are vacuum and they have a seal or a lock to keep it down. But this little guy, and I do need to make him wet again. You take him and it's just a little piece of clay, like pottery clay, terracotta, I think. I don't know. Anyway, you take it and you soak it in water for a while. It soaks up all that water, and you put it back in here, and it even has a little spot for it. This came with it. It's just for brown sugar. And then you stick that back in there, and it keeps your brown sugar moist so it doesn't dry out and turn hard as a rock. I'm sure that's happened to you before, because it used to happen to me every time. So anyway, I'm going to leave this out so I can go ahead and get this soaking in a little bit. But you know, I gotta wash my hands. They are sticky again. Okay? So now we need 2 eggs. I actually I'm gonna have to get 2 out of my refrigerator. I have hens that are on strike right now. They do not want to lay any eggs for me. So I'm having to actually do them myself. Take them out of the refrigerator. Not just fresh from the nest. So I need to get these washed up really fast. Hang on just a sec. Almost done. These were laid when we had a whole bunch of gusty weather, and so they get muddy. But you don't wash your eggs. And we'll go over that later too. Whenever they lay, they have a film on the outside of them as soon as they are laid. And if you don't wash that film off, then you can let them sit on the counter for up to 30 days. Or if you put them in the refrigerator without washing them, they will last up to 6 months. Pretty cool. So these have been in the refrigerator though, because it was a point when I wasn't using a whole lot of eggs. So anywho, let me get a bowl. I still do this just to make certain. I do not want to get a yucky egg and have it mess up everything I've already put in there. So I always crack my egg in here first. And of course this goes into my mulch box too. Okay. 2 eggs. And those are beautiful eggs. Alrighty. Then we are going to need a 1/3 cup of milk. This recipe that I was looking at years and years and years ago, I'm talking at least 30 years ago, our church did a cookbook. And so they got lots and lots, had some dry milk fall in there. 1/2 cup of milk. No, I'm sorry, a 1/3 cup of milk. 1/3 cup of milk. Anywho, our church had all the ladies send in their favorite recipes. And so our church was pretty big, and there were so many older ladies in there that gave their recipes, and it's seasoned with love. And the Ladies Auxiliary had done it, and then they sold them to make money. It was a great deal. So anywho, this is my favorite banana nut bread recipe that's in it, and it was Michelle Hamilton. So shout out to Michelle Hamilton. I love your banana nut bread. So this is her recipe. I don't know her. I don't even think I knew her back then. There were several people in here that just sent in their recipes with family members that went to church, and or maybe somebody just gave them the credit for having such a great recipe. So I don't know who she is, but thank you, Michelle Hamilton. So next, let's see here. A 1/4 cup of shortening. And whenever I do recipes and I'm baking and I need measuring my shortening, I love the sticks. So I am actually using the butter flavor. I use it most of the time whenever I'm baking, especially if I want a little extra butter flavor in there. So I cut off, and it has it measured on the sides whenever you buy these are Crisco sticks. I think you can get them that are the regular store brands as well. But I'm just dumping that in there too. Make sure I get it all off the sides. It sticks everywhere. Alrighty. And then we need to add, oh, the fun things, these little things here. Okay, so here's my spoons, my measuring spoons. I need 3 teaspoons of baking powder. 3 teaspoons. That is my teaspoon. 1, 2, 3. I need 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm going to use this half one so I don't get other things in my salt. Make sure I have it nice and level. So I'm going to have 2 of these since it calls for 1 teaspoon. Alrighty. Then I need a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. Alright. I always add my chopped pecans at the end after I already have everything else all mixed in, because I don't want a mess going everywhere and chopping them up into little bitty bits and stuff. So I just kind of fold them in at the end. Let's see. All we need now are bananas, and so let's get those mashed up. I just use a big old fork. That's really all you need, is just a big fork to get those mashed up. Especially at this stage, they are super easy to mash. Once you get going, they'll just start falling apart and liquefying. So you just go around the edges and get it mashed. And then, once you have them mashed down, you can just start making them like that. And this recipe calls for 1 1/4 cup. I'm hoping I have enough here. I don't know that I'm gonna. I thought those 3 bananas would be plenty, but that's okay. It's not imperative. It's just the more banana you have in it, the more banana taste you're gonna have. So anywho, let's measure it just for fun, see how much we got. I think it's barely gonna be a cup. Yep. It is barely a cup. So we're going to be a little bit light on the bananas, but I don't think it should make any difference. I wish I had plenty, but I just don't. Let me get all of those out of there. Alrighty. I think I have a little bit left in that one. Okay. Let's go over our list, make sure we didn't forget anything, because that is one thing you don't want to do. You don't want to get to pouring it into your pan and then decide, oh, I forgot to put that in there. Okay, so 2½ cups of all-purpose flour, 1¼ cup of mashed bananas, 1/3 cup of milk, 1/2 cup of packed brown sugar, 1/4 cup of shortening, 2 eggs, 3 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and then in a little bit we're going to put a cup of nuts in there. And you can use whatever kind of nuts you want. So I'm going to pause you just a second, and I'm just going to go and get this mixed up really quick. It says to just blend all the ingredients on medium speed for 1 minute. So simple. Be right back. Okay guys, I did my 1 minute. I'm going to take it and scrape down the sides and get all that good stuff off the sides that kind of tends to try to stick. Yep, it sure does. Alrighty, now I'm going to add my pecans. And it calls for 1 cup of pecans. So, I am just using chopped kind that I get from the store. It's just chopped pecans. And you can even use the cookie pieces that they make now that are in even smaller. They're chopped even smaller, but I kind of like the bigger ones. So I'm just going to get that and fold it in. It smells so good. All right. Now, there is another recipe that I do make for banana bread, but it is a large recipe. It will make 2 loaves. I, today, am going to be making some small little buns. Aren't they cute? I got this, I think, from Pampered Chef as well. Yes, it is. I did. I've never used it. I don't know if I'm supposed to spray it or not. I'm going to, just in case, because I do not want these little guys to stick. And I think what I'm going to do with these is take them to my neighbors. Yep. And then this might fill up this pan. We'll see. If it doesn't, I have this small bun. This is a tiny bun that actually came with my Instapot. I've never used it either, but I'm going to, and I will share how we do that because I have an excellent recipe for that too. But anyway, so if this fills up, and I have a bunch left over, I'll end up using that. So let's spray this right quick. Did I not get my spray out? I did. There it is. I knew I did. So I like to use the kind, if I'm making any kind of baked goods, I like to use the kind that has the flour in it as well. And then you just, it doesn't take a lot. I just want to make sure that these guys turn out pretty. I'm making them so they're pretty, so I can give them to my neighbors. Because Lord knows I don't need them in my house because I'm going to eat it too. And I'm trying to be good. I really am trying to be good. So, what I want to do though, I want to make sure that each one gets the same amount. So, I am going to take, and I think a 1/2 cup. We're going to start with a 1/2 cup per deal, okay? So, I just take it out. And slowly I'm gonna have to get me something to get that out because it is thick. I have these perfect. I got these things at Lowe's of all places. It was a package of all different sizes, and there's even one other one that's a large red one that's the same width as this, but it does not have slots, and it's probably about that long, and it's one of my favorites. But we've been using it on our outdoor project. Nothing that we can't wash it up and use it again, thank goodness. But they're silicone. I love silicone because nothing sticks to it. They're so easy to clean up once you get done. So these have become some of my favorite things, and I got them at Lowe's on sale. The whole thing was like 20 bucks for all of them. So I am just going to put all of this in these little spaces, and I will be back with you in just a little bit. All right, guys, I got it all in there, and I think that this pan was made for this recipe. Look at that. Exact right amount. That's crazy. Anyway, I am going to put these in the oven. I am supposed to cook a loaf pan for 60 minutes. This will not take 60 minutes to cook. I have no idea how long it is going to take to cook. So, I am going to set my oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Make sure of course, I always forget that I have my iron skillets in there whenever I dry them. So, here we go. Let me take the grease out of this top one. This is my cooking grease that I do for some of my vegetables and other items that I don't use my deep pot for. But I don't want him to get hot inside that upper oven while it's going. So, as soon as that is heated up, which I should have done that at the very beginning, completely forgot. But as soon as that is heated up to temperature 350, I will get this in the oven, and then I will come back and show you the final product and tell you how long I actually cooked these cute little bundt pans or bundt cakes for. Just see you in a little bit. Okay, y'all. So I went back and asked my Alexa. She said that mini bundt pancakes, I guess that's how you would say that, need to cook for between 18 and 20 minutes. So I am going to start with 18 minutes, but I'll let you know for sure how long it takes. Alrighty, I'm going to show you how I put this just in a glass of water. My little brown sugar terracotta thing, whatever it might be. Anywho, I just lay it in there and I'll let it soak. I am recording this at 5 o'clock in the evening. So at this point, I'm just gonna let it sit in there overnight, and then in the morning when I get up, I'll come in and I'll stick it back in there. And if you have hard brown sugar and you get one of these and just throw it in the bag, if you keep yours in a bag or container, whatever, it doesn't have to be up and away. You can just throw it in the bag with it after it's been soaking, and it will soften your brown sugar back up. And it's a really cool deal. There was something else I was going to show you, but I can't remember, and I will be back. Alright, I'm going to try something. Until I'm able to get this into the description or the comments, I thought I would just do this so you can see the recipe, and maybe you can do a screenshot of it. Let me see, let me get it up here. It is that one right there. Can you see that? Okay. I hope that worked. If not, you'll just have to wait for me to get it in there. Or write it down yourself while I am talking through this crazy thing. But anywho, I do have the bread in the oven. I did 15 minutes at first, and I'm going to see what they look like when they come out because I don't want to burn them. Okay, guys. I went 15 minutes, and it was not enough. So I went another 5 minutes, and it was perfect. So 20 minutes on mine. Now, every stove is different. So just play with it. You might check it at 5, and they got really tall. Let me get them out for you. Don't they look delicious? They smell so good. So what I am going to do is let them sit here for about 5 minutes, and then I will turn them over. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna let them sit for about 5 minutes, and then I will dump them over, and so I will then show you what they look like. Alrighty, y'all. Let's see how this turns out. My easy way for flipping these, I need to have 2 of these. I just put my deal on top and then flip it like that. I'll show you in a second. There they are. Yay! They are super tall, y'all. I think that I could have gotten away with probably half as much as I put in there. I didn't know how big they were going to go up, but it's possible I could have done 2 of those pans because they are super tall, but they're still nice and hot. So what I'm going to do now, I am going to get, let's see here, was thinking I had a little bit, but I don't. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. Get a little bit of powdered sugar, and I'm just going to sprinkle powdered sugar on top, and that is just not really for flavor or anything, it's just to make it pretty. Like I said, I'm going to run a couple of these over across the street. My neighbor is not feeling well, and maybe this will make her a little happier and make her feel a little better. Anywho, that's what we got. Little cute banana bread, banana nut bread bun cakes. And y'all know what's gonna happen now. I have to make sure it's okay. I wouldn't want to take it to my neighbor and then find out that it tastes horrible. So I'm just gonna cut me a little piece. I don't know where the camera is. See those pecans in there? There's a fly in my house. It is so good. You know how it's even better? I would take this whole little guy and cut him in half and put butter. Let it melt. It's so good, guys. Y'all go try this. If you do it in a regular bump pad, it says you're supposed to do it for an hour. I would check it at about 45 minutes. Do your toothpick test to make sure it comes out clean. If it comes out where it has just a little bit of crumbly or something on it, where it's almost there, go ahead and take it out. It will continue to cook a little bit after it comes out, and it'll be perfect. You don't want to overcook it and make it where it's dry. Alrighty, I hope y'all enjoyed this. I will share some pictures of these in a little bit and that recipe. But y'all have a great day. Bye.